The superpower inorganic duplication means users can duplicate copies of any non-biological objects. They could replicate extremely rare objects to sell and make money off, or replicate anything they need more of. There is a record of the superpower inorganic duplication being used in the Bible. 2 Kings chapter 4, 42 to 44. A man came from Baal-Shalisha, bring the man of God 20 loaves of barley bread baked from the first ripe grain, along with some heads of new grain. Give it to people to eat. Elisha said, How can I set these people 100 men? His servant asked, but Elisha answered, Give it to the people to eat, for this is what the Lord says. They will eat and have some left over. Then he set it before them, and they ate and had some left over according to the word of the Lord. And there is also a record in Matthew chapter 14, 15 to 21. As the evening approached, the disciples came to him and said, This is a remote place, and it's already getting late. Send the crowds away so they can go to the village and buy themselves some food. Jesus replied, They do not need to go away. You give them something to eat. We have here only 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. They answered, Bring them here to me, he said. And he directed people to sit down on the grass, taking the 5 loaves and the 2 fish, and looking up to heaven, he gave thanks and broke the loaves. Then he gave them to the disciples, and the disciples gave them to the people. They all ate and were satisfied. And the disciples picked up 12 basketfuls of broken pieces that were left over. The number of those who ate was about 5,000 men, besides women and children. And there is also a record in Matthew chapter 15, 32 to 38. Jesus called his disciples to him and said, I have compassion for these people. They have already been with me 3 days and have nothing to eat. I do not want to send them away hungry, or they may collapse on the way. His disciples answered, Where could we get enough bread in this remote place to feed such a crowd? How many loaves do you have? Jesus asked. 7, they replied, and a few small fish. He told the crowd to sit down on the ground. Then he took 7 loaves and the fish. And when he had given thanks, he broke them and gave them to the disciples, and they in turn to the people. They all ate and were satisfied. Afterward, the disciples picked up 7 basketfuls of broken pieces that were left over. The number of those who ate was 4,000 men, besides women and children.